Opening day 2031. Welcome to Tropicana Field. The Rays will host the Blue Jays to start off the season. The Blue Jays really struggled last year, while the Rays soared to 106 wins. The Blue Jays had over 100 losses. We'll talk a little bit more about them as we get into the game. Full house in the Trop. Taking the hill for the Rays is going to be Bryce Miller, 3.25 ERA last year, a whip under 1, which is excellent, a low walk rate, Cy Young winner in 2028. Miller has an elite combination of control, velocity, and a great pitch mix. And he's going to take the hill. Jonathan Clase is going to lead off for the Blue Jays. First pitch of the year. And a swing and a miss on a splitter. I do have quick counts on here just to move things by a little bit faster as Miller delivers the 1-2. And he struck him out. Perfect start to the year from Miller. Clase just not able to catch up to that fastball at the top of the zone. And that'll bring up Tamar Johnson, who's a Pirates prospect in real life in 2025. Here's the 1-2. And swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. So that'll bring up Heliot Ramos. 2 outs here, 1-1. Hit hard. Deep left field. Green going back. He's on the track. And he makes the catch. Loud contact there, but 3 up, 3 down for Miller. Mitch Leonard gets the nod for the Jays, and Xavier Edwards will bat leadoff for the Rays. Xavier Edwards is coming off 2 consecutive batting titles. He's a 3-time All-Star, all 3 of the last seasons. Here's a 2-1. And that's hit hard. Over the second. No! Snag by Tamar Johnson at second base. That looked like it was going to carry, but Tamar reaches up and grabs it. And here's a look at the lineup heading into the year. Look at those averages. Hopefully, the guys are able to do close to that. Carson Williams, 217 down there on the bottom. We'll keep our eye on that, but he is defensive first there over at short. Here's Akil Baddoo, his first game as a Ray. And Baddoo grounds that one foul up the right side. The 1-2. And that is Squibb to third base. Broken bat. Throw down to first is in time. So 2 down. And now Riley Green steps in. Green, a very consistent hitter, especially against righties, has a lot of success. As here's the 1-1. That misses high. There you see 172 home runs for Green. Will he reach the 200 mark this year? As Leonard throws the 2-1, that is grounded softly to second base. Johnson handles that over to first, and 3 up, 3 down. On to the second, John Kenzie Noel, the big right-hander, Big Christmas, steps in. And he fouls that one away. Bryce Miller not only has the hard fastball, but also has a very good splitter that you can tunnel off that, and then a sweeper, a sinker. And you see the sinker there. Really good pitch mix, and he uses all of them effectively. As here's the 1-2 to Noel. And that's fouled away. Miller also works quickly on the mound. And here's the 1-2. Fastball's up, fouled away. Williamson behind the plate makes the call. Let's see where they go here on the 1-2. Inside. That's where they wanted it, but Noel stays off of it. Count goes to 2-2. And the pitch. That's hit hard right up the middle, but right at Perez, and he makes the catch. Good contact, bad aim. And now a former Yankee has moved over north of the border. Anthony Volpe will be playing for the Jays here. Here's the 1-1. Smoked. And deja vu. Lined right to Perez. Another hard hit ball. That fastball was right down the middle. But a little bit of batted ball there. Luck from Bryce Miller. As now Angel Martinez steps in. 2 away. Top of the second. Opening day in the Trop. That fastball misses away. There's a walk. So the first base runner given up by Miller. Two outs, runner on first. Sai Tejada steps up. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase the high fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
2-strike count now to Tejada. Miller to the plate. Swing and a miss. Got him on the sweeper. Scoreless through 1.5. First at bat of the year for the catcher, Graham Williamson, former Rookie of the Year. You see his numbers, 30 homers last year. He stands tall from the right side. Looks like Evan Longoria, a ray of the past as he swings and misses at that fastball away. Good pitch there.
2 strikes.
Count evens up 2-2. And that's hit hard. Right at the center fielder. Good contact again, but right to center field. It's a vacuum out there as Williamson goes down. Now the third baseman, Steven Figueroa, who had, I would say, big shoes to fill with Caminero, but Caminero did not pan out in the Rays organization the way that everybody involved had hoped. So Figueroa stepped in and has been excellent. Here's the 1-2, and he chases that one in the dirt. Throw down the first, 2 away. First at bat of the year for Shonowell. Been with the Rays for 6 years now, as he pulls that fastball foul. Shonowell has elite contact and plate discipline. He's a great guy to set the table for guys coming up behind him. As here's the 2-2. That misses down. Full count. You see a lot of full counts to Shonowell. Really works up the pitch count as here's the payoff pitch. And that's fouled away. We'll do it again. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Change up. Bottom of the zone. Shonowell down. Still no score. Top of the third now. Ryan Noda will start off for the Jays. And swing and a miss there. Splitter from Miller. Looks like Noda was acquired in the offseason last year. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Miller. It's his fourth. One down in the top of the third. Cutter Coffey steps in. And he lines that one down the third baseline. That'll be the first hit for the Blue Jays as Green scoops that up. Gets it into second base. That's a single for Cutter Coffey. So the lineup turns over. Here's Clase. 2-1. Fastball just up and in. The Blue Jays have really struggled in recent years, not able to find too many consistent superstars, not able to land many big off-season acquisitions as the count runs full to Clase. Miller to the plate. And that is popped up center field. Perez going back a little bit and settles under it, makes the catch. 2 away. And we see Carson Williams, the young shortstop, hoping to be a mainstay in the league this year. As Johnson steps in, second plate appearance of the year. Runner on first, 2 outs. And that's popped up. Shallow center field. No problem for Perez. We're headed to the bottom of the third. And speak of the man, Wenzel Perez will start us off. Perez plays excellent defense in center, a switch hitter, contact hitter at the plate. As that changeup misses away. Rays acquired Perez from Detroit in 2027. He replaced Johnny DeLuca way back there. That's a throwback now. As that sinker's fouled away, count evens up. And the count's going to run full. 3-2. Fouled away. The righty Mitch Leonard delivers. And that is popped up. Third base side. Will it stay in? It will. Good catch over there. And that's Coffey, third baseman. So that'll bring up Colt Keith for his first at-bat in a Rays uniform. And he swings over top of that changeup. Keith acquired in the offseason to primarily hit lefties. We're facing a righty here on opening day, and hence why he's in the 8-hole. But still a very good, well-rounded hitter. As here's the 1-2. That misses down. Looks like Leonard really prefers that changeup as the out pitch, as here's the 2-2 to Keith. And this time go with the curveball. That misses in, so full count. 3-2 to Keith. Fouled away. Full count again. And that is hit hard, but pulled foul. Three-two. And that is hit softly into left field. Tracked down and caught, one away. Carson Williams, who'd had a short stint in the majors last year, hopefully will stay for the long haul this year. As here's the 1-1. Takes that one down. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Williamson turned from a high ceiling prospect, as here's the 2-2. That misses down, count runs full. Williamson really ended up becoming kind of a journeyman. A lot of high hopes for him. As here's the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. And that's it for the third. As Heliot Ramos steps in just to finish the point on Carson Williams. He had a lot of high hopes, didn't rise through the minors very quickly at all. And it's taken him now 9 years to get to this point. So here's Miller with the 1-2 to Ramos. Grounded to third base. Figueroa handles that. Throw down to first. One away. Big Christmas steps back in. Swing and a miss there. He got him. 2 away. 5 Ks. And here's another look at Volpe. Volpe's found some power here, hitting 29 homers last year. At one point, he was leading the AL. As here's the 1-1. That misses down. You see, he was an all-star last year. Got off to a roaring start. And that is hung down the middle there, but Volpe is just underneath it, out to right. Badu's under it, and we're headed to the bottom half of the fourth. Mitch Leonard has retired the first 9 hitters he's faced in order, as Xavier Edwards swings and misses at that one. Rays without a hit. As here's the 2-2. And swing and a miss. Strikeout. You don't see that often from Edwards. He goes down swinging. 4th K. Good extensions. Really sells the change up there with the arm speed. And Edwards read that as a fastball all the way. So Akil Badu's back in. 1-2. Hit hard. Right field. Carrying back. Noel settles under that and makes the catch. 2 away. Second at-bat of the year for Riley Green. And Green manages to hold up there. Here's the 2-1. And that's hit hard to center field. Back to the track. Comes up just shy of the track. Clase makes the catch, and we're headed to the 5th. The Rays still without a hit. Miller's back in for his fifth inning of work. 61 pitches through 4.
Yep, that ball went out.
And that backdoor sweeper just does not make it all the way in over the plate here as Angel Martinez steps in, the 2-1. And that's fouled away. Here's the 2-2. And swing and a miss. Back to that splitter. And that's 6 Ks for Bryce Miller. Three and 1 here to Tejada. And that's hit hard. Left center field. Towards the gap, Green and Perez both pursuing it. And Green makes a running catch. A beautiful play by the Gold Glove left fielder. So still scoreless here. 2 outs in the top of the 5th. And that's a beautiful fastball up and in. A 1-2. And that's down. 2-2. Miller delivers. Sweeper misses down and away. The count is full. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Chasing the fastball out of the zone. And now to the home half of the 5th. 1 hit so far for the Blue Jays, none for the Rays as Graham Williamson steps in. Mitch Leonard has looked very good to start this game as here's the 1-1. And that misses down and away, 2-1. That one finds the zone.
2-2 the count.
Williamson, a first-round pick, rose to the minors very quickly, was in the majors by 19, as here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss way out in front of that slider. Misread that one. That's another K for Leonard, as the pitcher's duel continues here. So that'll bring up Steven Figueroa. The 1-1. That just misses away. Two and 1. Fastball popped up, shallow left. And that is caught. Basket catch there. And it's 2 down, bottom of the 5th. So Nolan Shotwell trying to get the Rays' first hit. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. And that's hit hard. Right center field. Clase's over there and makes a running catch. The defense flashing for the Blue Jays as Leonard is through 5. And that'll bring up Cutter Coffee, who has the Jays' only hit. Single back in the 3rd inning. Top of the 6th, no outs, 1 and 2 to Coffee. Fastball's fouled away. Here's the 1-2. And that's popped up right near home plate. Shotwell will come over to it near first base and makes the catch, 1 away. So far, a pitcher's duel here. No runs, top of the 6th, 1 out. Clase back in for the 3rd time. Here's a 3-1. And that's grounded up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Clase going right back up the middle of the field. So Tamar Johnson steps in with a runner on first. 1 out. Bryce Miller will be looking for a ground ball double play here. And there's fastball low and away. Beautiful pitch. 2 and 2. This will be the 90th pitch for Bryce Miller. Johnson at the plate. And that sweeper's fouled away. He'll see another 2 and 2. Yeah, that's grounded just foul. Third base side. So yet another 2-2. Miller to Johnson. Delivers. Popped up. Center field. Perez coming in. Makes the catch. 2 down. Elliot Ramos over 2 today. 96 pitch here from Miller. Hit hard, but foul up the right side. Miller looking to get through 6 scoreless. 2-2 to Elliot Ramos. Here's the pitch. Fastball just up. Count runs full. Here's the payoff pitch from Miller. And that's hit hard. Left center field. Green goes back to the track, to the wall, and that's out of here. 2-run shot. Elliot Ramos breaks the scoreless drought. And the Jays are up 2-0. Miller not able to get through 6 scoreless. Able to catch up to that high fastball. Just 100 off the bat there, but that was all he needed as he drops that in the first row in the left field bleachers. So we're going to make a pitch change. And coming on here is Mason Englert making his first appearance in this rebuild, if I recall. 2 outs here, top of the 6th. Rays now down 2. And there's a slider, fouled off, 1-2. Big Christmas has an iconic moment in the 2024 playoffs for the Guardians. As here's the 1-2, and curveball misses away.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Noel, a power hitter, but can be inconsistent. Strikeout rate often is a little higher than he would like, I'm sure, as here's the 2-2. Grounded up the middle. That's a base hit for Noel. Good 2-strike approach. As the Blue Jays are starting to find a little something here in the top of the 6th. That'll bring up Anthony Volpe, probably the most dangerous hitter in the lineup. 29 home runs last year.
Nope.
Fastball's in. Two outs, top of the 6th. The 2-1 to Volpe. Fouled away, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Englert gets out of it, and we are headed to the bottom half of the 6th. But not before Elliot Ramos hits a 2-run shot to give the Blue Jays the lead. Rays still hitless. Can Wenceel Perez break up a no-no? We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. No outs, 1-1. Mitch Leonard on fire today. As that is fouled right back. He's really been using the changeup effectively. No one's been able to square that up, as here's the 1-2. Fastball's hit hard. Deep left field. That's headed to the wall. And it's out of here. The Rays' first hit is a solo shot from Wenceel Perez. Perez able to go the other way with that one. Gets enough loft on it. 93 off the bat. Deposits that in the tunnel there. So the Rays are on the board, and Colt Keith is back up. And he swings and misses. Fastball right down the middle, blew it by him.
2 strikes.
There's the 1-2 from Leonard. And that misses well down. That was always low. Easy read there for Keith. As the count evens up, 2-2. And the pitch. Smoked. Deep left center field. Colt Keith, gone. Back to back in the bottom of the 6th. Keith ties the game. Crowd is on their feet. No doubt about that one. He knew it as soon as he hit it, and it made that noise. That's going to make a pitcher hang his head. And after being no hit for 5 innings, Colt Keith goes back to back. No doubt about it. 400 on that one. So Carson Williams is in now. No pressure, Carson. He tries to lay down a bunt. And the count goes to 1-2. 87th pitch here from Leonard. And that curveball's to the backstop. 2-2. And that's hit hard, but right to Tamar Johnson. And he throws that over, and Carson Williams is retired. So 1 down. And that brings Xavier Edwards back up. 332 average last year, 92 runs, 49 stolen bases. One of the best hitters in this league. As Leonard is going to face him here. And he swings and misses on that sinker.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Have to think Leonard does not have too many more batters than him, as this is the 1-2, and that is hit into right center. And dropping quickly, but caught by Clase. 2 down. And here's Akil Baddoo, who had a career year last year. Almost had a 1 OPS. Stands in from the left side as Leonard delivers. That misses down, 2-1. The 1-2 punch here for the Rays' top of the order is dangerous, as here's the 2-1. Fastball's in there. Leonard approaching 100 pitches. Bottom 6, 2 outs, 2-2. And he struck him out. That'll do it for the Rays in the 6th, but not before they go back-to-back and tie it up. New ball game here. First look at Ben Joyce in 2031, the flamethrower who can reach 103 miles an hour with the fastball, 2.15 ERA in 71 innings last year, striking out 23% of batters he's faced and walking about league average 8.6% as he will face Angel Martinez. And the 1-1, that misses down and in, 2-1.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
And that misses well high, 102. So the count goes to 3-1. And that's in there, 101, right down the middle. The bat did not come off of Martinez's shoulder, and the count goes full. Here's Joyce. Struck him out. Fastball on the corner. So Tejada steps in. Righty-righty. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 102 in on the hands.
2 strikes.
And swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Ben Joyce to start the 7th. Hard to take a slider away after you've just seen 102. So Noda steps in. And he fouls that right side. The flamethrower, Ben Joyce. Here's the 1-2. Struck him out. 103, top of the zone. Strikes out the side. And we are headed to the bottom half of the 7th. Brandon Hughes, the southpaw, comes in for the Jays. 3.11 ERA last year. 89 innings pitched. 83 games. Very effective. The whip, 1.32, is a little high for that ERA. But nonetheless has been effective, as now, tie ball game. Both teams are into their bullpen, and Riley Green starts us off here in the bottom of the 7th. And that slider misses just away. Close pitch there. That could have gone either way. Here's the 2-1. Fastball's fouled. 2-2. Hughes to Green. And that's pulled foul to the right side this time. So Green will see another pitch. And here it is. That misses high, full count. Ray's looking for a leadoff base runner. And they'll get it. That misses away. A good eye from Green. Works a nice at bat. And the table is now set. Bottom of the 7th. Graham Williamson steps in. 106 RBIs last year. Let's see if he can add 1 or 2 right here. First pitch is up. Here's the 2-1. And that's grounded foul early on that changeup. Rolled it over. Luckily, that went foul. So Williamson will get another chance. Here's the 2-2. And good take. Count runs full again. Figueroa's on deck. And here comes the 3-2 to Williamson. Swung on. Smoked into right, but straight at Noel. One down. Great contact for Williamson. 106 off the bat there. Just bad aim. Unlucky. Right to the right fielder, and that'll bring up Figueroa with one down. Figueroa swinging at the first pitch, and he misses that one. 1-2.
Two balls, two strikes.
Circle changes in the dirt. Runner will not advance. 2-2. 1 out. 1 on. Bottom 7. Tie ball game here. And good pitch. Sinker in on the hands. Strikeout for Hughes. Figueroa goes down. 2 away. That brings up Nolan Shonowell. 2 outs here. Bottom 7.
Ball, that's off.
Changeup misses in. It was a pitcher's duel the first 5 innings, and now the game is all square at 2-2 as that fastball's in there.
2-2 the count.
Fans from all around the country here to witness opening day 2031. The Rays, one of the best teams in the league. As here's the 2-2 to Shonowell. And that's in there. Fastball, top of the zone. Hughes gets out of it. So now we'll see Marcelo Arnez. Very much a strikeout pitcher. 34 innings last year, a 3.93 ERA in his young career as Cutter Coffey, who opened up the hitting department for the Jays with a single back in the 3rd. First pitch from Arnez. And that's fouled back, 1-2. Arnez delivers. He struck him out. Perfect slider just off the zone away. And that's 1 down in the 8th. And that'll bring up Jonathan Clase, who scored the first run of the game. Here's the 1-1. Fastball top of the zone for a strike, 1-2. Closer, Luis Fernandez warms up in the bullpen. Arnez trying to keep it close. Here's the 1-2. And he hits him.
I got him. Take your bet.
Right in the back on a slider. So that'll be a base runner, and Arnez will have to work around that here. Top of the 8th, Termarr Johnson steps in. Slide step is in there. That's popped up shallow right. Baddoo settles under it and makes the catch. 2 down. And Heliot Ramos steps in. He got the Blue Jays on the board with a 2-run homer in the 6th. He'll face Arnez here, top of the 8th. Runner on first, 2 outs. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Runner's going to go for second, and he's in there easily.
2 strikes.
Good throw from Williamson, but not in time, and that's going to be a runner in scoring position. Clase's first stolen base of the year. He has done it all today, from defense to speed to getting on base. As here's the 1-2 from Arnez. Strike him out. Beautiful fastball. And Arnez gets out of it. Pumped up here. Let's see if the Rays can get some runs for him here in the bottom half of the inning. They'll have to do it against Yariel Rodriguez, who struggled last year. A 4.86 ERA, 100 innings, 86 games. That whip at 1.33 is a little high, as Wensil Perez, who opened the scoring for the Rays with a solo shot in the 6th, will step in. Bottom of the 8th, no outs. Tie ball game. And that's grounded to third base. Throw over to first, and Perez is down. That's 1 away. Colt Keith, who went back-to-back earlier in the game, steps in. 1 out. The pitch. That fastball misses away, 2-1. Uribe and Singleton warming up in the pen for the Blue Jays. Two righties. Two-one to Keith. And that's hammered. Carrying. Left center field and deep. To the track. To the wall, and it's caught on the wall. Keith just missed his second homer of the day here in the bottom of the eighth. And that'll bring up Carson Williams, who struck out and grounded out today with 2 outs in the bottom of the eighth. First pitch is high. Sellout crowd of 23,733 at the Trop today. Opening day 2031. Here's Carson Williams as he takes that fastball bottom of the zone for a strike. So the count evens up at 2-2. 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Rodriguez. Hung down the middle, but Williams not able to square that up. Fouls that away. We'll see another 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's it for the eighth. Marcelo Arnez will come back out to work the top of the ninth. He'll face John Kenzie Noel as his first pitch of the inning misses up and in. Here's the 2-1. Grounded to third base. Figueroa. Long throw. Over to first, and it's in time and on target. They got him. Great defensive play over there from Figueroa. As Volpe steps back in, strikeout, fly out, line out today. Needs a ground out for the out cycle. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Arnez to Volpe. Swing and a miss. 2 down. Arnez looking to give the Rays a walk-off opportunity in the bottom of the ninth. 2 outs, no runners on. Here's the 1-1 to Martinez. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And here's the pitch. He got him. Struck him out. Arnez works 2 clean innings, and the Rays will have a chance to walk off the Jays in the bottom of the ninth on opening day. Only 6 hits in this game. We're all square at 2. It'll be up to Xavier Edwards to start the bottom of the ninth. Not reached base yet today, as Yariel Rodriguez is also out to work another inning. Here's his first pitch, and that is lined right up the middle. A leadoff base runner single for Xavier Edwards and some speed on first. Keep your eye on Edwards over there at first. He could swipe second at any moment. As Baddoo swings at the first pitch he sees and misses 1-2.
2 strikes.
Baddoo also not yet able to reach base today here on opening day, as here's the 1-2. And that misses high, 2-2. Pitch from Rodriguez is grounded right back to the pitcher. He goes to second for 1, over to first, and that's a double play started by Yariel Rodriguez. 1-4-3. Well done by Rodriguez to make that play behind the back. On target throw. Good transfer from Johnson. So the final out in regulation before we go to extras. We'll have to face Riley Green, who swings and misses at that fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's the 1-2. 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth. Green at the plate. And he hits that hard but foul. Do it again. Another 1-2 to Green. And that's drilled but foul up the right side. And the ball boy not able to secure that one. So we'll see another 1-2. And swing and a miss. We are headed to extras on opening day in the Trop. Runner will start on second. The catcher, Sai Tejada, will lead off as Arnez is in for a third inning of work at 30 pitches. And that fastball's fouled. Arnaz, a strikeout pitcher. Could definitely use a strikeout here. Here's the 2-2. Got him. Slider away. Caught Tejada reaching, not able to make contact, and that's one down. As Jeremy Pena will come in to pinch run. Surprised he didn't get the nod to start today. So one out, runner on second, top of the 10th. Here's Ryan Noda. Arnaz delivers. And that's ground foul. Arnaz's sinker is not a hard sinker, so it works a little bit like a changeup. Very good for getting ground balls, as here's the 1-2. And that's in the dirt, but blocked nicely by Williamson. That'll keep the runner at second. Here's the 2-2 from Arnaz. And that misses down. The count's going to run full. Coffee, who has a hit today, waits on deck. And Noda is at the plate. Arnaz is on the hill. Here's the payoff pitch. And that's grounded up the middle. Perez in to field it. Throw is not going to go home as the runner scores, and the Jays do put up one in the top of the 10th as Noda comes up clutch. Not trying to do too much there. Just use the middle of the field, and now the Rays are down one. Still one out. Swing and a miss there. Cutter up above the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cutter as in the pitch, not as in Coffee, who's at the plate. 1-2. Here's Arnaz. And that's popped up to right. And that'll be 2 away. Arnaz will have to face Jonathan Clase with 2 outs. Top of the 10th. Runner on first. Rays down 1. And that sinker's in there. Britter and Morales warm up in the pen. One, 2. Hit hard, foul. So 2-2 now. Arnaz delivers and strikes him out. Fastball up and in. We're headed to the bottom of the 10th. Rays down 1. Sam Hentges will take the hill here as Graham Williamson steps in. The Rays chasing 1, bottom of the 10th. Nobody out. A couple hard hit balls for Williamson so far today, but has not been able to find safe territory as that is lazily popped up into the right and unproductive out there from Williamson. And now we'll see. Yeah, it looks like the Jays are going to face Figueroa here. He struck out twice today and then also flown out. That was a big first out from Hentges. Here's his first pitch as Figueroa fouls that off. So it'll be 1-2. And that one misses down, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Grounded up the middle. Johnson, sidearm throw, gets him 2 down. Rays are down to their final out. And that will be Nolan Shonwell, who has also struck out twice today. Runner is on third. Rays down 1. Opening day. 24,000 the seats. Does Shonwell have some magic? He does not. That is grounded to first, and that is going to do it. The Blue Jays win the first game of the year. Rays not able to put up much offense, and they will start the year 0-1. And that's it from opening day.